Hi everybody. So I'm excited. This is our end of 2023 video and I've got so many goodies spread out here. Hopefully you saw the little picture at the beginning. There's so much stuff here. Things we've discovered this year, old things maybe done in a new way, things that maybe we do all the time that we don't remember to mention at all times, things that we've incorporated into our way of doing things. This is fun. I love these kind of videos. This is one of my favorite kind of videos. So one of the first things that I'm going to start with, because I think that it would be the thing that everybody's the most interested in, is some of the new things that science has discovered, and maybe not new to science, but new as far as the release of the information, things that supposedly suppress our appetites, okay? Because you know that's a huge thing. If you belong to our Facebook group, or if you watch any of the stuff on YouTube ever, then you know that we're really into appetite suppressant. One thing that people who have been obese for most of their life don't want when they lose weight, as they're losing weight, after they've lost their weight. Excuse me a minute. I need a little sip of my water. What we don't want is to be a thinner version of ourselves, but be hungry all the time. And I hear a lot of people who have lost weight in a lot of different ways say that the thing that they hate the most is that they're always hungry. You know, nobody wants to be focused on food all the time, just obsessed with it, right? And we don't want to be obsessed with hunger, and we just don't want that. So we've done a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of trial and error using different products. We've just done a lot of work in this little area of things. So let me show you some of the newer things that not only did we find through research and science and articles and, you know, just stuff like that, but that we tried ourselves, and a couple of things that we accidentally were trying for other reasons and discovered as appetite suppressants. So everybody knows that one of the very first things that I ever discovered could suppress your appetite was greens. And I was eating a lot of greens, if you remember, in the beginning, because I had a plugged artery in my neck. I'd had a stroke, and I was trying to make sure that didn't happen again. So I started eating massive greens. I did this on the advice, or not advice, but on the recommendation of a video by Dr. Esselstyn, who supposedly cured a guy with a really badly plugged artery with massive greens. So that's how I got started on eating lots of greens. It was later on that I found out that they had a chemical, that they released a chemical called thiacaloids, and thiacaloids could suppress the appetite naturally. I like anything that can be done with food or herbs or naturally. I love natural stuff. So that was very exciting for me. And I did notice that when I was eating massive greens that I was hardly ever hungry. I just figured it was because I was eating so damn many greens, right? And it was because they do suppress your appetite. You have to eat a lot of them. Back in the beginning of things in 2020, when I first started doing this, I was 265. I needed to get some weight off, and I needed to do it fast, and I did it by eating massive greens. I was eating anywhere from 8 to 12 cups of greens a day, and I remember one day eating 14 cups, and let's just say the bathroom was my best friend that day, and I never did it again. But I was eating lots of greens. Do I eat that many these days, 3.5 years later? No, I don't. I eat probably 2 cups of greens a day, no matter what, chopped down really small or cooked, usually cooked because my body just digests cooked things better. So I do eat a couple cups a day, but I don't eat 6 to 8, 12 cups of greens a day. If you're just starting out on your journey, I would suggest you eat as many greens as you possibly can. So definitely a great tool for appetite suppression. Okay, so some other things that we learned this year. We learned all about apple cider vinegar and what apple cider vinegar could do for us as far as suppressing the appetite, burning fat, keeping fat burn going longer, keeping your metabolism turned up and all that stuff. We learned a lot about it, about, you know, taking a teaspoon to a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water before meals, blah, blah, blah. And since then, I've learned a few other things. We learned how to make this little cocktail thing, and it has lemon juice, and it has the ACV, and it has fresh ginger, because fresh ginger is one of the best things to burn fat, and it does help suppress appetite. So that was another thing we learned. You can also just take it as a shot. If you do take it as a shot, please try to avoid the teeth, and please make sure you use water to rinse your mouth out afterwards, because it can be really hard on your teeth. But anyway, and there are other ways. I don't love the taste of ACV, so I use very little of this, but I use a lot of fresh ginger because I love ginger. Okay, so that was another thing we learned. That was exciting. Okay, here's one of my favorite things. So I had discovered the healthy noodle from Costco. Everybody knows it's like 30 calories basically. Okay, 60 calories for the whole bag. It's zero everything. Zero VAT, zero cholesterol, zero this, zero that. Total carbohydrates is 5, but dietary fiber is 5, so boom, that's a 0. Total sugars is 0. Protein is 1. Okay, so I fell in love with these noodles. They don't have a fishy flavor. They're soft like a noodle. They're not rubbery. They weren't anything. It's harder to find them now. For some reason, I don't know. All the Costco's quit carrying them and nobody else carries them yet, but I love these noodles. Thank God I had stocked up on them, and I have outside refrigerators. So that became my favorite thing. What this is it's a product of konjac. You guys know what konjac root is? My light here is not that great. Anyway, it's a konjac noodle. It's a konjac root noodle. And that's a huge thing in vegan stuff, low carb stuff, all that kind of stuff, Asian culture. Okay, so then I found out later that they have this one called Slim Noodle. These are available on Amazon, and these are shelf stable. These are also shelf stable, and they're called Better Than Noodles. Both of these are really soft. Both of these aren't rubbery. Both of these are zero everything. Even less calories than these, 15. And again, made out of the konjac root, right? Now maybe you're wondering why I keep bringing up the konjac root. Because recently, we just found out konjac root also comes in konjac gum or konjac root powder. Okay, so recently we just found out that it's an appetite suppressant. I had no idea, but I did notice that every time I went to my daughter, I would always get a couple packs of these, and I would have nothing but that, greens, and tofu while I was there, because I just make my meals easy when I'm out of town. And I would always lose weight when I was at her house. And I was never really hungry, and I never really put the two together until after I read this article, right? They said that konjac root is one of the best appetite suppressants there is, but you have to be careful with it. Like, you can't just like take a spoonful of this, because it can gum up and gel up and cause blockages. So be careful. But you can eat the products, like, have some healthy noodle for dinner and then not be hungry for the rest of the evening, or have it for lunch and not be hungry until it's time to eat dinner or whatever. Amazing. I was so excited to hear that. And I actually use konjac root in a lot of my cooking and stuff. And I have found that I can take like a half of a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon and just put it on something that I'm having, and it'll just melt into whatever I'm having, and then just eat my dinner or lunch or whatever. So that was really cool to learn. I was really excited about that. So I'm going to put that one back there. Okay, what is next? Oh, okay, so I know a lot of you may have heard about bamboo fiber. The bamboo flour, bamboo fiber, same thing. It's a zero carb product because it's so high in fiber. Matter of fact, it's like, well, I can't see that. Sorry, it's really dark in here. It's just really hard for me to see that stuff. Okay, but anyway, bamboo flour is a zero carb product that can be used almost like flour. When it first came out, people were saying, "Oh, you use it with all these other keto-ish flours or whatever." Well, I have since found recipes where you can use just this and make biscuits and rolls and all kinds of interesting things. I haven't done any of them yet, but I'm planning on trying them, because I found out that bamboo fiber, bamboo flour, whatever you want to call it, suppresses the appetite. It's like, holy shit. I love it that all these foods suppress the appetite naturally, and we don't have to really work at it. Just like this one. Did you know that allulose is the appetite suppressant? It's considered a keto sugar. I have to say these products are keto because people don't understand. If I just try to say it's a low carb thing or a sugar substitute or whatever. Anyway, allulose is one of those ones that supposedly it doesn't have the aftertaste, it doesn't have the cooling sensation, it doesn't have all that kind of stuff, but it suppresses the appetite. Hello, that was enough for me. A little bit of this sprinkled over some raspberries, you're good to go. Or, I don't drink sweetener or anything like that in my coffee, but if I did, that's the one I would use. Okay, so we really learned a lot this year about organic, decaffeinated coffee, especially for women. Women don't need caffeine. We do not need it. And you always want your coffee to be organic, because coffee is one of those things that you don't want it to be mildewed or have any of those issues that the non-organic coffees have. So just get your coffee organic if possible. Tell people that's what you want for Christmas or your birthday and stuff, and just stay stocked up on it. I got a bunch of these for Christmas. So, yeah, organic coffee or organic, well, this isn't organic, but decaf green tea. Let me tell you a little secret about green tea. If you want to speed your metabolism up and burn fat even faster than normal, Stick a green tea bag in your coffee. This is just plain black coffee with a tea bag in it. Plain black coffee with a tea bag floating in it, right? So you can't taste it. All I taste is my decaffeinated organic green coffee. This is just a glass of water. But guess what? There's a green tea bag floating in it, and it has ginger in it. So I'm going to be having fat burn all day with my water, with my ginger tea water that takes seconds to make. Okay, so, and again, it's going to be burning fat and suppressing my appetite. All right, I want to show you guys a couple of just products that I love. These are not appetite suppressants, but they're good for the appetite and they're good for you. We all need a really good protein, right? My favorite tofu, I tell you guys all the time, is Trader Joe's sprouted organic tofu. One of the reasons it's my favorite, is besides the texture and the fact that it's sprouted, and I love everything about it, is that it's 0 carbs. It's a 0 carb protein. And as vegans, low carb stuff is harder for us than it is for non-vegans. I know that everybody thinks these are too expensive. They're the meatless pea crumbles. And I get them from a place called Noodle. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, and on the back it says that it's 3 servings, but one serving of this is 1 cup, and it's 45 grams of protein. I don't never need that many at one time. I use this as a fill-in thing because the only product in this is non-GMO pea protein. That's it. So because I use it as a filler, I get about 6 to 8 servings per bag. So instead of 6 bags having 18 servings, I'm getting, like 60 or 70 servings. I get a lot because I don't use it like that. I get like 48 or 50 servings. So handy. You can make desserts out of these. You can make hot cereal out of these. So handy. So handy. I love them. I haven't found another kind like that I love that much. So that's my favorite still. Okay. Cucumbers. The old lowly cucumber. Why do I love the cucumber so much? Let me tell you about the cucumber, guys. If you eat about, what is this, about a sixth of this cucumber, you need about 1/4 cup sliced, raw, however you're going to eat it. But you can also put that in your water and stuff, by the way. If you eat 1/4 cup of cucumber with your two main meals a day, your fat's going to burn faster. You're going to release edema from your body. It just helps with so many things. Trust me, cucumbers are like the magic vegetable. You want to have cucumber at every meal. I personally hate cucumber, but I have learned to eat it. I have learned to eat it with every meal. The other thing that we really learned a lot about this year was ferments. And you don't just want any ferments. Like, if you're vegan, make sure that the kimchi you get doesn't have fish in it, anchovies or whatever. So make sure you read your labels. Kimchi, I love kimchi. And if you're going to get sauerkraut, get the kind that says it has live enzymes. It's usually in the refrigerated section. Ferments are amazing. Ferments not only help your gut biome and you help all your gut little bugs be happy and stuff, but it also gets your fat in a state to where it can burn fat more efficiently. Wonderful things, right? One of the other few little things I learned this year was I learned about artichokes. You want to get the artichoke hearts that are in brine, not in oil. You want to get the ones in brine. And you're not going to eat a lot of these at a time because they are a little bit higher in carbs. They're like, 10 carbs for serving size, 1 can drain. Okay, you're not going to eat this whole can. You're only going to eat 2 or 3 of these at like your main meal each day because this helps our liver. And most of us have some kind of a little bit of fatty liver. If you've ever been severely obese, you probably have a little bit of fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver, hopefully. So just in case, get your liver functioning properly because the better the liver functions, the better your body is able to eliminate fat. And that's an important thing. Let me see what else I have laying around here. The only other thing I have here is my high strength, time release vitamin C, 2,000 milligram. I take a couple of these a day. Vitamin C is so important, and especially for all of us that have been really large, as we lose weight, it's so important for your skin. Okay, so for all of you guys out there that are worried about your skin, the elasticity in your skin, or anything like that, get your really good vitamin C supplement. Okay, because it will do amazing things for you. All right, you guys, that's it. That's everything on my table. So I hope this helps you. I hope that you enjoyed this little rundown of products and stuff that we've incorporated into our lifestyle this year. It's amazing how much life is different now compared to how it was 3.5 years ago, when I used to jump up in the morning, make me a big old fatty cup of coffee with tons of creamer and tons of sweetener, and then as soon as it was time to eat, I was probably making cinnamon rolls or something, probably, because that we lived on bread products. We lived on bread products. We lived on brown food. We lived a fatty lifestyle. We just did. I'm pretty sure I had fatty liver going on back then. Things are just different now. The way we eat is different. The way we give our body nutrition is different. The way we take care of ourselves is different. I get up every day and do a little bit of exercise. This is actually my workout room office. I've got my weights all set up. I just started doing heavier weights here recently, and I'm really excited about that. Let's make this the best year ever. And let's keep doing the low carb, and at the same time, keep doing the healthy thing, right? Because we all want to be healthy. That's what it's all about. All right. Peace out. Ciao. Have a great 2024, and I'll see you guys soon.